같아요.
BTS
없는데 없어요.
exclusive.soul, October 2025. A thin rain veiled Seoul that evening, like a soft curtain falling between the tall buildings and the quiet streets. In the heart of the city, usually filled with laughter and light, something felt strange. There was an uneasy stillness in the air, and the entire BTS fandom seemed to freeze in one long second. The moment the news broke, Jimin is missing. It all began with one small notification on Weverse that suddenly disappeared. A brief post from Jimin, just a moon emoji and the words, "Jungkook." Just a moment. But within minutes, the post vanished as if it had never existed. Fans who managed to see it took screenshots, and from there, speculation flooded every corner of social media. On Twitter, the hashtag where is Jimin shot to the top of global trends, overtaking political headlines and major film releases that should have been the day's main stories. What made it even more mysterious was HYBE's complete silence. The agency, normally quick to address even the smallest rumor, chose not to say a word. No statement, no confirmation, not even a glimpse of staff leaving the HYB building for hours. Reporters gathered in front of the Yongsan headquarters, while fans stood outside holding signs that read, "Come back, Jimin." Their eyes red and faces filled with worry. A few hours later, an eyewitness claimed to have seen someone resembling Jimin at Hanam Station, wearing a gray hoodie, a black mask, and carrying a small bag. No bodyguards, no staff, just him. Leaked CCTV footage on an online forum showed the figure standing in front of a ticket machine, staring at the screen as if deep in thought, or maybe trying to escape from something. Fans started digging deeper. They discovered that just hours before Jimin's mysterious post appeared, Jungkook had done a short live stream on Weverse. During the live, he looked unusually restless. He kept pausing, his eyes seemed tired, and when a fan asked about Jimin, Jungkook gave a small laugh and said, "He'll be fine. Just give him some time." Those few words ignited a wildfire of concern. What had happened to Jimin? An insider from the entertainment industry, who chose to remain anonymous, claimed that Jimin had recently turned down a major project offer from a global brand for personal reasons. The rejection allegedly upset the sponsors, and rumors spread that immense pressure was placed on him by management. But to ARMY, no reason seemed enough to explain why Jimin would suddenly vanish. Meanwhile, Jungkook himself hadn't been seen in public for 2 full days. No updates, no schedules, no appearances. Fans began connecting the two disappearances. Could Jungkook know something about Jimin's whereabouts? Were they both hiding from the spotlight after something happened behind the scenes? At 2:15 a.m. Korea Standard Time, an international fanbase reported that BTS staff had been seen entering Jimin's apartment at 91 Hanam. The balcony lights flickered on briefly, then went out again. Moments later, a black car with a HYB license plate drove away. Paparazzi stationed outside only captured a faint silhouette in the back seat. And though the image was blurry, the figure looked unmistakably like Jimin. But the mystery didn't end there. The next morning, Jungkook uploaded a new post on Weverse. No face, just a view of the ocean and the sound of the wind. At the end of the short clip, his soft voice could be heard saying, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than words." Fans immediately believed it was a hidden message for Jimin. Those who had followed BTS since their debut knew how deep the bond between the two members ran, from their shared laughter on stage to those wordless glances that spoke volumes. Now, in the middle of Jimin's silence, Jungkook seemed to be sending a signal, perhaps asking the world not to panic, or maybe to understand something that couldn't yet be spoken. The following days became some of the most nerve-wracking in BTS fandom history. Fans searched everywhere. Some claimed to have seen Jimin in Busan, by the very beach where he once shared memories of his childhood. Others said he had flown abroad to find peace. None of the rumors were ever confirmed. The uncertainty only deepened the ache of longing. After 5 tense days, HYB finally released a brief statement. Park Jimin is currently resting to recover both physically and mentally. We ask for understanding and continued support. It was too formal, too sterile for the ocean of worry it was meant to address. Yet for many fans, the word mentally stood out. It was a clue. Perhaps Jimin was struggling through something heavy, and his silence wasn't an act of disappearance, but a desperate need to find himself again. That night, Jungkook went live once more. Sitting in a dimly lit room, wearing a black hoodie, his hair tousled, his voice quiet but sincere, he said, "You know, sometimes the people who smile the most are the ones hurting the deepest." A tear rolled down his cheek, and though he tried to laugh it off, Army could see it. Something inside him was breaking too. He looked straight into the camera and whispered, "He's okay. He's really okay. Just trust him." Then he smiled. A broken, fragile smile. One that tried to hide pain behind reassurance. That night, Army across the world lit virtual candles under the hashtag We Wait for Jimin. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, Jakarta to Paris, Jimin's name echoed into the night sky. No music, no stage, but the moment felt grander than any concert ever could. It wasn't just fandom. It was love in its quietest, purest form. Then, on the seventh day, something unexpected happened. The official BTS Instagram posted a single image. The caption read only, "Crescent Moon." The photo showed a half moon hanging over calm water, with the silhouettes of two people sitting by the shore, one of them holding a guitar. No faces were visible, but every fan knew. It was Jimin and Jungkook. The world exhaled a collective breath of relief. But what moved everyone to tears was the timing. The post appeared exactly at 13:13 Korea Standard Time, the same number as BTS's debut date, June 13th. A symbol that they were still one, still whole, still here. Hours later, Jimin finally returned to Weverse with a long message that read like a letter to the world. Sometimes, even when you're surrounded by people, your heart can feel empty. I just needed time to fill that space again. Thank you for not giving up on me. I read every message, every prayer, and I cried. But those tears weren't sad. They reminded me I'm alive. I'll come back, little by little, but this time with a stronger soul. Fans everywhere broke into tears. His words were simple, but hit deeply. After days of uncertainty, they could finally breathe again. And at the end of his message, Jimin added one line that melted every heart. "Jungkook, thanks for the song." Minutes later, Jungkook replied in the comments with a heart emoji and the words, "Always Crescent Moonda." And just like that, the BTS world began to pulse again. Since then, fans have called that period the silent week, the week Jimin disappeared, yet Army's love never stopped searching for him. A week that reminded everyone that behind every light, there is space for darkness, and that sometimes disappearing doesn't mean leaving. It's just another way to find your way home. Now, whenever a half moon appears in the sky, armies around the world look up and remember that time. The week the world paused for one name, Park Jimin. And whenever they hear Jungkook's new song, believed to be written during Jimin's absence, they know the story isn't about loss, but about rediscovering the meaning of togetherness. Because sometimes, the most beautiful moments aren't when someone is always right before our eyes, but when they return, carrying the same smile, yet a calmer heart. And so that Seoul night ended beneath the gentle glow of the moon, shining softly on two silhouettes in the distance. Two souls who once vanished from sight, but never truly disappeared from the heart of the world.